see you all. Thank you for the honor of being with you. I see a bunch of people I know, some people I don't, some people I haven't seen in a long time. How beautiful. Very, very happy to be with you all. Does seem like a moment when calling light to earth, as my grandmother would say, couldn't hurt. Seems like we need some, huh? So here's what I see people, some of y'all have worked with us in other settings. So you're going to help me do what we're going to do now. The basis of all the work we do actually is not even the light. The basis is the space that we create together, right? The secret to healing that I was taught by my mentor friend, Jose Rosa, is that the atmosphere within which healing can happen is the primary prerequisite for that happening. So we can create that atmosphere in our individual lives. We can create it in our home. We can create it in our bodies. Huh? It is exponentially stronger when we create it collectively, right? So we create a receptive space for the light to come and work that is exponentially stronger than the number of people that we have. And we have a bunch of people here. Huh? And the learning of how to do that and to recognize the vibration of the healing space helps a huge amount, right? In whatever we do. I know there are many people on this little circle we're doing tonight who are yourself healers or called to be that. But everybody here is called to bring light somewhere. You wouldn't be here if you weren't interested in it for you, but so to speak, the light, but the entities that bring the light, the consciousnesses that bring the light, have an agenda. I understand my understanding, right? The agenda, and the agenda is not that they don't want your money, they don't want your loyalty, they don't want your belief in any system, blah, blah, blah. That's all blah, 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 blah. But what they want is the opportunity to bring light to bear and the learning that the light brings to bear on earth at this time, right? One perspective, certainly the perspective I have, is that there is let's put it mildly, a conversation going on earth, but the same conversation is going on the inner planes. Like who are we going to be? What's happening and how do we help it to happen? Either constricting it or holding the space for it to transform. And that same conversation is happening on earth, but it also as above below. So the agenda, so to speak, of the ones who deliver us light is for us to learn how to be transmitters, right? Conductors of light. First of all, for ourselves, right? They say we are among, when we make a prayer that says what we want to do is in the highest good of all beings. I'm included in that. You're included in that. What's good for all beings includes what's good for you, what's good for me, what's good for the people making the prayer. Okay, so let's do it. Some of you know what I'm going to say, and you're going to help me do it. Others, this will be your first time, and you're going to learn something, I hope. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. And the first thing is I'm going to ask you to just feel the bottom part of your body. If you're sitting in a chair, feel your feet. If you're sitting in a meditative position, feel your butt, feel your what is connecting you to the earth. Okay? This is about sensation, nothing esoteric about it. Now feel, see, sense, imagine that that part of your body has an energetic radiance, an energetic emanation that we call the first chakra, comes out of your perineum and goes straight down and is seeking to connect with the pure vibration of the earth. What I'm saying is factual, but for some of us, we have to imagine it. We have to create an image like that. Doesn't matter how high up if you're in a high-rise apartment or you're sitting in the woods. That part of you, that emanation of your first chakra, seeks and finds an accommodating vibration in the earth. Like that. Just rest in that for a moment. If doing this is a challenge for you, then you know what one of your challenges is. That's all. There you go. Now put one hand on the bottom of your belly, your lower belly, and put the other hand under your collarbone, right in the center, the top. Stay in contact with the earth and then breathe between your hands. Breathe up through your center between your hands. You have a tube, you have a core, an energetic core that runs right in front of your spine. See it, feel it, imagine it. Breathe up for 5 seconds, a count of 5. Hold it at the top for a count of 5. Breathe out, back down for a count of 5, and hold it at the bottom for a count of 5, and do that 3 times. That sequence. Up for a count of 5, hold it for a count of 5, out for a count of 5, and hold it for a count of 5. At the same time, imagining, seeing, feeling that core in front of your spine. You're activating it. This is the core energetic pole that secures all of your energy bodies, all your chakras, all the energy bodies, the whole vibration of your aura. It's made up of it's a braid. It's made up 50% of an energy from the earth and 50% of an energy from the cosmos that forms a braid in the center of your body. Like that. There you go. If you get it the first time out, good for you. I had to work on this for years. Now, put both your hands over your heart chakra, the center of your chest. Keep breathing. Aware of your breath, aware of your grounding, aware of your center, and at the same time now put your awareness under your hands. Take the middle finger of your bottom hand and stick it right in the center of your chest. Poke around up and down a little bit. You're going to find a place that's a little sore. And just sit there with that finger there, breathing into that space. This is the center of your heart chakra. It is literally the place of humility. When we are brought to our knees, when we are brought to the space of humility by what our life presents to us, this is where we arrive to. So we can cut to the chase by doing what you're doing right now. So now you have yourself grounded on earth, activating your core, and you're centered in your heart. Okay, now here's the next step. For this one, you're going to have to look at what I'm doing. I'm putting my hands behind my head, my palms facing up, this part of my hand right against the base of my neck, base of my skull. I'm going to see, feel, imagine, sense a tube, a chimney going like this, goes like this, goes straight up behind my head. It's a tube. It's a light tube. It's a two-way tube. And I'm going to open it by raising my hands slowly, scraping them against the back of my head. And I'm going to go up slowly, and I'm going to open the chimney. I'm going to open this tube. Breathing, grounding myself, breathing my heart, and opening this here slowly, 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 so that I can be available to light. See, do that twice more yourself. This is a work. If you want to cultivate this, you got to work this every day. Again, took me a long time to learn it and a long time to open it. Now, when I do it, I think about it and I can open it. Good job, good job, good job, everybody. When you've done those 3 times, then come back, back with your hands crossed over your heart, and just sit for a moment in this configuration, what we call the 3 groundings. Grounded on earth, centered in the heart, open to receiving light. Now, here's the next step. Again, you're going to look what I'm doing. I'm going to make a shelf of my hands in front of my heart chakra. A bunch of you know this. Do it anyway. I'm making a shelf in front of my heart. Making sure it's in front of your heart, not your throat. Right? Now, put your awareness where your fingers are. An image that I use sometimes is I imagine a dock over a pristine lake, and I walk out on the dock and I sit in the edge of the dock, which is the end of my fingers, and I dangle my feet in the perfect, pristine lake. If you're more literal, just put yourself at where your fingers are. Now sit in that configuration, grounded on earth, your center, breathing in your center, your light tube open, sitting in where the end of your fingers, which is literally the space of compassion. And for those of you who have worked with us before, and for those of you who are new, feel as you can the atmosphere that we're creating now. We have created a circle of compassion, a collective space of compassion. See? Because hearts seek hearts, seek hearts, seek hearts. That's the secret, actually, to human relationship, is that hearts seek hearts seek hearts. There you go. Now we're going to take one more step. Put the heel of your hands where your fingers are. In other words, you just went 50%. Go out another 50%. Where your fingers were is now where the heel of your hands are, and your fingers are straight out in front of you. Put your awareness where your fingers are. If you can, as you can, feel the difference, the slight difference in the vibration between where you just were with your hands and where you are now. There is a slight vibrational difference, what I call a vibrational nuance. This is the space of faith. Faith. Faith has nothing necessarily to do with religion. Faith is a universal force that actually drives the universe forward. And you touching this space of faith built into your little universe allows you to keep going no matter what. To hang in even through the hardest times, because on some level, when you access faith, you're accessing a universal vibration that's holding you and therefore creates hope. There you go. So now you can keep your hands there, you can put your hands down, and we're going to review the whole thing, because this is the basis then of what we're going to do when we call light. So you're grounded on earth, and be aware of which of these components is more challenging to you. You see, it's not a question of good and bad. There's no more, this is not a moral judgment here. Better to be this or that. Which of these components is more of a challenge to you? Grounded on earth, your first chakra between your feet or going down from where you're sitting. Your core, which provides stability, reference underneath your ego, underneath your personality, underneath your emotions. Your heart, which is literally the center of the chakra arrangement and is the universal gateway. The heart has two colors. It has a color that connects us with a human relationship, and has a color that connects us with universal relationship. Your light channel, which is also a discharge channel. It's also where the energies that light brings out from you and takes from you into a place of transformation. That tube is where that energy goes up. And then where light comes down to do that work. And as you clear yourself of the emotional, mental, karmic, habitual energies that you carry in your bodies, which we all do to some extent or another, light replaces those energies. So you become, quote, enlightened, lightened. It's an energetic process. What we're doing right now is making ourselves available. You see? Availability is up to us. And what we've done is we create availability in us and we create ability among us. We create a space of receptivity so that when we call light, which is our right as an incarnate human, the light then focalizes for each of us and for us collectively. So here's the next step that I'm going to offer you. Each of us at this moment in our lives, in our process, we are carrying something slash things that are posing a dilemma to us. Can be a health challenge, can be a life challenge, can be a work challenge, can be a relationship challenge. It's a very intense moment on earth for anybody who's paying attention, not just mentally, but also energetically. We each have our challenges, things we're up against that we don't know what to do about them because we can't think our way through them. See? So here's my question. What if you could put that challenge slash challenges on the altar of faith, which is in your heart? And what if we collectively create an altar of faith where we place those dilemmas? And what if we then collectively called like just a big ray of light to come and transform that stuff, work that stuff, taking it out of the realm of the mind, out even of the realm of trying, out of the realm of, quote, figuring it out, fixing it, fighting with it, right? What if we take it out of that realm, those realms, and place it in our own altar of faith, but then we create together in the center of this circle of people in many different places, a collective altar of faith. That's my offering right now. Find that dilemma, frame it as much as you can, right? Frame it as much as you can, right? In terms of what is trying to happen. What's happening in you that is rubbing up against your trauma, your fears, your doubts, your pain. Something's bumping up against those contractions, those constrictions, because there's something inside you very deep, very beautiful, very strong, that is blooming. And the shell that it's bumping up against, the shell of the choices that you made in the past, the shell of the trauma that you have been holding on to, the karma that you came to this earth to transform. All of that forms a shell around that which is blooming. See? So as near as you can frame that which is blooming, and as near as you can understand what the shell is made up of, what the thoughts, feelings, choices, addictions. We're going to take it all and we're going to put it on the altar of faith in front of your heart, my heart. And then we are, by the grace of how human hearts work, create a collective altar of faith where it's all piled on one central place. So makes it more efficient for the light to come and radiate it all. There you go. There you go. I can feel it. You're doing it. Very, very, very beautiful, right? The mental part is seeing it. The inner part is choosing. The humility is the acknowledgement that I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. I've been trying for years. I've been trying to figure out. I've done therapy. I've done medicines. I've done all this stuff. It's worked some, but I really, really, really am ready for a whole nother way of doing this. Like that. Now breathe and just sit in this. It might get a little uncomfortable. And here's what I'm going to tell you something else. Accompanying this that you're doing right now so beautifully, there's lots of energy that you've been holding in your bodies because the constriction, the interaction of these two things, of the shell and the what's blooming, creates a density. So energies that come to you, some of them stick, and they exaggerate the uh, the pain of the shell, right? So some of what you're carrying in relation to this is not yours. For some of you, a lot of it is not yours. One of the things we do in class is I ask people what percentage of what you're carrying is not yours. You can answer the question, if you wish, to yourself right now. So what's going to happen is when we call this light, is first of all, that which you are offering up in your place of faith is going to get worked. And by the way, a sidebar is a bunch of what you're carrying in you that you no longer need, that didn't originate with you, some of which maybe did originate with you, is going to be lifted off and taken both just by the light and also up your chimney, up your tube. Both. This is how this healing technology works. The light is ubiquitous. The light is available. The light comes when it is called because the light is the emanation of divine love and divine charity. The choice we make makes us available. And the collaboration of what we're doing now, putting it on the altar, identifying as much as we can, and then letting it go and just receiving light. That's the technology of this healing. So there's a little prayer that I say in every healing work that I do that invokes the guides, the healers, because along with the light, there are the guardians of the light and the workers of the light, right? There are people on earth who are guardians and workers of the light. And then there are entities, consciousnesses on many, many other planes who are also the guardians and the workers, the deliverers, the healers to the light. And so on earth, we need lots of help. I need lots of help. lots of help to do the job I've been given to do, healing myself and helping others. So we're going to call on those guides, the guides of each one of us, and the guides of this work, to take this, to take what we don't no longer need, and to answer the prayer for the transformation of that which we are putting on the altar of faith. So here's how it goes. We call here on the guides of these precious ones. We call on the guides of this work of light. We ask those entities, those consciousnesses, utterly committed to light, to come and attend to our petition, to our prayer for the transformation of that which we carry that we no longer need, and of those dilemmas, challenges, that which is blossoming in us. Attend to this, please, in us now, here, now, here, now, here, now. We ask this based on our rights as incarnate humans. We ask this based on our commitment to light. We ask to be guided. We ask to be helped. We ask to be nurtured. We ask to be healed. And we ask that what we do here be of some good use to all beings in the sacred path of unity, harmony, transformation, illumination, and liberation. In the name of the Christic light emanating to us now, here on earth, we say amen. Now breathe, ground yourself, and just be available and pay attention. If something moves in you, breathe into that core underneath it and just let it go. Nothing can be taken from you that is precious that you need, but everything that you don't need can be lifted by light. It can. Hmm. 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 Breathe. If your mind starts grabbing you, come back to breathe in your heart. Practice these groundings. Open your first chakra, breathe in your core, open your heart, and receive light. Hmm. Renew your prayer. Put it again on the altar of faith in you and in the center of our circle. Hmm, 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 hmm. Relax your body, stay centered. Allow what is being lifted from you to just go. You might experience that as a tremor. You might experience that as smoke. You might just experience that as a deepening of your breath. Place opening up in your field, in your aura, a corner of your self filling in with light. Hmm, hmm. Breathe, expand your whole body, expand into your aura, into what we call your vehicle. Put your awareness beyond your physical body into the layers of your vehicle. Your layer now your vehicle is very expanded because you're among friends and you're receiving light and you're safe. Put your awareness there. And if you can, find a place in that field, in that globe of your energetic bodies that needs some light. Scan yourself from the inside out. Hmm. 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 All the things that you are holding, all the pain, all the suffering, all the trauma, and all the beauty is anchored in your field, in your vehicle, by a thought. Thoughts are the anchors for energies that we carry. Every illness has a thought behind it. Every trauma has a thought underneath it. Every strength has a thought. Every identity has a thought as to who you are, who you have been, anchoring that in your field. Breathe in your heart. And if there is a particular thought that calls to you somewhere in the orbit of your energy body, be aware of that and call light to it. Mhm. Hmm. So now breathe into your heart again. Feel, see, sense that space, how it's expanded now. There's an energy that is going to arrive for us right now, an energy of peace. My guide calls it the peace of Christ. That has nothing to do with religion. You can call it whatever peace you wish. Peace of the cosmos, the peace of the mother. Allow it to come and fill in the space of what you have released here and what you have disidentified with. Huh? Disidentification means you understand, you get, really get that you've been carrying a whole bunch of stuff, but none of that stuff is you. You've been carrying a whole bunch of stuff, thoughts, feelings, energies, even illnesses, even your beauties. But you are the one carrying it. You are not it. And so this peace can come and fill in that space of what has been released and of fill in the space between you and that which you are carrying. Peace is not an absence of conflict. Peace is its own thing. It's this thing. In the space of peace, there is no space for conflict, but it's not an opposition. It's a transformation. It's the availability that you have right now to allow this peace to come and settle in your heart and therefore to become your referent, at least right now. We ask here that these ones be given the connection with their faith and with the faith of the universe. We ask that compassion be the room within which they live and do their work. We ask that those they meet, those who come to them for help, those with whom they work, with those with whom they live, those with whom they relate, be able to feel and join in this space of the heart. We ask that these ones be taught, if they wish, how to hold this space of the heart, how to cultivate it for themselves, and wherever they may be called to be. We ask for protection, energetic protection that comes from the space of compassion. We ask for intimacy with these ones, with their own guides, but most especially with their own hearts. We ask that the grid of light on earth that is holding the space for the transformation of that which has built for so many millennia. We ask that each one of these be given the opportunity to hold light on earth and to join with others, both on the outer and inner planes, so that the transformation can be accelerated and held in the grid of light. And these ones can benefit from being the channels for that light. So now I'm going to ask you to give the opportunity to feel one more thing. That is the space of gratitude. Gratitude lives in your throat chakra exactly above the space of faith in your heart, what we call the mental body. Gratitude lives in your throat chakra, in the mental body, which is directly above the space of faith in your heart. So practice tuning into that space, grounded on earth, centered in your heart, receiving light, and now entering the space of gratitude. First of all, for the awareness, the consciousness to do this work. Second of all, for the incredible gift of your body. Your body is your vehicle. So intricate, so magnificent, so intelligent. Third, for the gift of choice. Everything that you're receiving in this moment is because of you said yes. And then fourth, for the ability to actualize that choice. So going forward, if you choose, you can practice this, can increase or become a vessel for the transmission of light to yourself for your own healing, your transformation, and to become a transmitter of light into this world through wherever you are called to be. Gratitude for all of that. Gratitude for the amazing being that you are, as the song said at the beginning. All of this has been given to you for you to know who you are. You'll now become aware of your breath. Once again, make that review grounded on earth, centered in your heart resting on your core, receiving light. Gratitude for the people that have held the space for you in this time here. Like that. I want to express my gratitude to you all for taking this time, for the trust that you've given to make this little exploration, huh? Just an offering to you because my guides told me to do this, because light is necessary and light is available. It is for you to make use as you choose, right? What you see is what you get. There's no hidden agendas here. So I'm grateful, 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 grateful. I'm grateful for the people I know, grateful for the people I haven't met yet. We'll be doing this for a couple more months. So I hope you'll take advantage of it. What I can tell you is if you practice these groundings, just like I taught you, basically, I taught you everything I know tonight. If you practice these, it will change your life, change your health, change your work, change your relationships in positive ways. Okay. So I'm sitting here and I thought, I'm like, there's one more thing. Here's what I hear. So this light, right, which, as I said, my guide calls the light of Christ, which has nothing to do with religion, right? The word Christ means anointed. So this light of anointment is just meeting something that's already in your heart. People call it the divine spark. It's activating something in your heart. Meeting, right? The Sufis say the lover seeks the beloved. Everybody has it. Everybody, every creature. Everybody. Even the ones who have obscured it so magnificently that you'd need an excavator to find it. Everybody. And as far as I'm concerned, my prayer is that's what I want to tune into. I have my opinions, I have my point of view. We all do. But what's important? What's the truth? What's the center? So I do the best I can to hold that for myself so that my process of healing and transformation and karmic transformation can happen in that neutral space of divine light, and then do what I can, as we're doing now, to create the conditions on earth for that which is happening, which is so intense and going to get more so, to have a space that's held for that transformation to happen. That was the last thing that needed to be said tonight. So, as Tiny Tim said, God bless us, everyone. Right? Take care of yourselves, take care of your love, take care of those you love, whatever they look like, whoever they are, starting with yourself. Huh? Amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you.